What is going on, guys? I am XOLTAR424. Welcome back to another Witcher 3 gameplay and commentary. In this gameplay and commentary, we have reached the season finale for our Let's Play series. This season finale will not be the last time that we'll be doing these Witcher 3 uploads. As in the new season, we will be doing the Blood and Wine DLC. The Blood and Wine being 2 of the expansions that CDPROJEKT put out for them. In the previous vid, I did mention that we will be doing this in 2 parts. And what finale is not going to be long. So this video here will be kind of long because of those 2 parts. We'll be going over a couple of different endings that can occur just by the little subtle decisions that you make throughout our story. If you find yourself liking this video, by all means hit that like button and subscribe for more Witcher 3. On a side note here, we had a few more commentators in our last video. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. Was it too much? Do you guys want them back? Which characters that you like? And just a refresher, we had a visit by Palpatine, Scooby-Doo, Chewbacca the Wookiee. I think we may have even had a brief stay by Smeagol or Gollum and Yoda. So, let me know what you think. Anyways, let's get to this gameplay.
Specifics yet? Will we both get through?
No! You must go alone!
I'll come back. With Ciri.
I know! Agares! Jimmy! Now, Geralt! I'm fine! Now go! Give Avallac'h my heartfelt regards!
So unfortunate. I'd hoped you wouldn't have to witness this.
Where's Ciri?
Nearby. Listen.
Shut up. I've heard enough of your bullshit. Draw your weapon. Let's get this over with. Spare you.
I think you will not attack one unarmed.
Wouldn't be so sure. I'm in a foul mood.
I am not your foe. I am merely helping Cirilla.
I don't believe you. Can't. Not after all that's happened.
Will you believe me? Avallac'h speaks the truth. I asked him to help me open the tower, because I aim to enter it.
Why the hell would you do this? The Wild Hunt's been defeated.
The White Frost has not. The prophecies are true. seen worlds bound in ice. I know what awaits you. Only the Elder Blood can stop the White Frost. Only I can stop it.
You don't have to make this sacrifice.
You're wrong. The White Frost is inevitable. It will come to freeze the worlds one after the other, eradicating all life. Only I can stop the destruction. I've given it much thought and made my decision.
There's gotta be another way.
What can you know about saving the world, silly? You're but a witcher. This is my story, not yours. You must let me finish telling it.
Good luck, Siri.
Perhaps I should have told you. I see now you might have understood.
Know you better than you think. Don't keep me waiting.
After dealing with the White Frost, we find ourselves in White Orchard. What has happened since that fateful day? Let's find out.
Yeah, I might believe you if you showed me a pair of monogram Batiste Galligaskins.
More likely, you just say I stole them.
Dimwits.
Weren't you supposed to be somewhere?
Yeah. All right.
Where'd you agree to meet?
By the huntsman's cottage.
a soft spot for me. He could sense I was a family man. A man of peace. Good natured, like himself. Would have never crossed his mind to disown me if it wasn't for that hag I call my sister.
What's the name again? Count Jul. You just invent this count bit. Quite the imagination for one who's sober.
Geralt will vouch for me. Tell him, I've always said I'm a count.
True. You have always said so.
Just nobody's bothered to verify it.
What's with this count business all of a sudden?
Well, when we finally leave this God's forsaken dunghole, I plan to reclaim my heritage, the titles and estates that are rightfully mine.
Got plans for all these lands and titles?
I'll take possession of them. Of course, there's also the issue of progeny.
Is that so? Mean you finally found a lassie worthy of the great dandelion?
My dear friend and companion. Why, my heart belongs to the one and only Priscilla, known also as Calinetta.
Your heart, mate, true. But the rest of your anatomy?
I resent the insinuation, and hasten to remind you that you are talking to a count.
No need for the count to get riled. Rather, you told us how your beloved is.
Recovered, mostly. Even started singing again. Her voice is a little lower pitched, gravelly. Actually, sounds a little better. Thanks for helping back then, Geralt. Meant a lot. Really.
What are friends for? Give her my best.
Don't worry, I will. Give her a kiss, even. A bit from you, mostly from me.
I'm going rabbit hunting. Dandelion?
Glad to have some rabbit stew. But freezing my ass off to amass the ingredients did not sign up for that. I'll gather the herbs, spices. No stew is complete without some sun-drenched thyme and the aroma of rosemary.
Aye, the fields are covered by rosemary blooming like wild just before Yule, aren't they?
That's why I'll be gathering my herbs from the kitchen.
So long.
Geralt?
Get out, pal.
Ooh.
Looking for trouble? Out on a hunt, Master Witcher? Thought you'd clear the area of beasts your last time through.
Rabbit hunting this time around.
Ah, so that's it. Maybe you come round, visit us this eventide. Verka's baking a pie.
I don't know if...
As you will. You're always welcome. Looking for trouble?
Inside with you.
Down sits in the old oak tree.
She's gone.
Mad she had to wait.
No, eager to roam the fields. Prepared the cover scents and oiled the jaw traps all by herself.
Make a good hunter, wouldn't she?
Nah, too impatient, that one. Probably snatching rabbits barehanded, putting them in the traps because they're too slow to step in themselves.
Where'd she go?
Not far. Over yonder.
Farewell.
Something end, something begins. A phrase that is frequented in this series. So who is it that we're looking for that's setting these traps? And there she is.
Not up to hunting rabbits anymore?
Not really.
What now?
Nothing. Just sitting, waiting for you. It's nice here.
I'll wait till you see Dol Blathanna in winter, and the Blue Mountains. We'll head east soon as the snow melts. Think we might have settled in a bit too much.
You promised to show me that griffin's nest before we left. Let's go now.
You actually interested?
Absolutely. You said it yourself. A royal griffin's a rare sight.
Not that rare. Venture to say we'll have to slay a couple more before we get back to Kaer Morhen. But if you want to see the nest, it's just up the hill.
Come.
We're supposed to train today.
Uh-huh.
Tomorrow at sunup then? Work you hard like I did in the good old days. Probably been a while since anyone showed you just how much you still have to learn. Almost there. Careful now.
This is no time for you to lecture me.
Siri, wait. There's something in there.
We really don't need to play hare and hounds.
Siri.
What?
A hair faster. That's all it needed to be to rip your shoulder wide open.
But it wasn't, and it didn't. We killed it. What is this about?
You're angry, wanted to unload. But be that careless and next time.
Don't you understand? There won't be a next time.
Say what now?
Siri, what are you talking about?
I'm sorry, it's not a good time.
Wanna head back? All right, enough. Let's go fishing. We bring Dandelion a nice fat perch, and he just might forget about the rabbit stew. Shame he didn't come along. He could use a bit of exertion.
Huh.
I'll be damned.
Should we go?
No, no way. Lake's gotta be full of perch, bream, or pollard. Fresh pollard. Would you like that?
I wouldn't mind some, but do we plan to wait here until he leaves?
No, we'll scare him off.
How?
I'll improvise. Wait here.
All this talk of bream, perch. I love fish. And then they were talking about making rabbit stew. I've had rabbit. I love rabbit. But I've never had
Old
rabbit
witch's
stew.
trick for tough winters. Not terribly subtle, but...
Effective.
Remember, don't ever do this.
Why show it to me at all, then?
Just in case. Never know what could happen on the path, what could save your life. All right, let's go.
Who taught you that?
Vesemir. A long time ago.
How long?
Very. Back when I wanted to call myself Geralt Roger Eric du Haut-Bellegarcie.
What?
Tell you about it tonight.
And about the time you broke your leg after wagering you jump off the roof of Kaer Morhen and land a horse's back?
How do you even know about that?
Eskel told me. But I want to hear you tell it. I'm certain you have a rational explanation. You never gave me piggyback rides at Kaer Morhen, remember? Vesemir was the only one willing.
had to wait till now to remind me? You've put on some weight since Kaer Morhen. Hey. Ciri.
We should get back. Remember me training on the pendulum? How I feared I'd never manage. Yet you forbade me from giving up. I was black and blue practically all the time. That pendulum was a nightmare.
How can I forget?
Those months at Kaer Morhen, they passed so quickly. I wish we'd spent more time together then. Almost managed to forget it was today. They're here for me, Geralt. I'm going to Nilfgaard, to Emir. I know you didn't expect this, but in Vizima, my father and I spoke for long. Argued, really, and parted. Then a messenger came with a letter. I didn't say anything at first because I wasn't sure, and then I realized I had to stop fleeing. I realized that if I wish to change anything, I cannot do so hunting monsters round forgotten villages. I must do so from there, from Nilfgaard.
You make this choice on your own?
If you mean to suggest Yennefer had anything to do with this, then the answer is no.
Great. She even know?
No. And I'd prefer she not get involved this time.
I'll let you tell her that. You could have told me, warned me.
I wanted to, but I didn't know how. I've been happy here. I was afraid I'd ruin it. I wanted to make every minute count.
So, back at the nest, that was about this. I didn't pry. Didn't want to force you to tell me. Thought we had time. A lot more time. Is this what you want?
Yes. You'll not try to stop me. Take me to the Blue Mountains by force.
Traveled half the world to find you, but I never intended to force anything on you.
I know.
You'll be fine. You're a Witcher.
We needn't say goodbye.
Of course we don't.
I don't know when we'll see each other again.
You know where to find me.
You can't possibly stay at Kaer Morhen all the time.
Makes no difference. You'll find me.
True.
Remember what I taught you. Never know, could be useful there too.
The Third Northern War ended. The invader from the south achieved complete victory. Robbed of Radovid's tactical genius, the northern realms could not withstand Ymir's countless legions. Black banners appeared over Novigrad and all Redania. Weary of rebel raids, Ymir Varemrys conceded, restoring Temeria as a realm in liege to the Empire. When the guerrillas laid down their arms, the Emperor shifted his forces to other fronts. Through Nilfgaard's victory, Temerians got their country back, and history once again proved a consummate trickster. Having dealt with Radovid, Ymir Varemrys did the same with enemies domestic. The Emperor's loyal spies named all who had conspired against him, traitors, soldiers, and aristocrats alike. Though their mutiny had only been a murky plan, the Emperor showed no mercy, as was his wont. While the continent bled engulfed by war, Skellige bloomed under Ceres's enlightened rule. Unlike those who had come before her, the young queen did not raid foreign shores, looking instead to her people, tending to her land. The island-bound nation prospered, though its fangs of yore were dulled. After years in exile, Ciri returned to Nilfgaard, her paternal home, where Ymir prepared to name her his successor. The woman had the necessary qualities. From her father, she'd inherited an empress's political instincts. From Geralt, she had gained a sense of simple human decency. Few monarchs boast both traits, which is quite a shame. Hard as it may be to believe, Geralt planted roots in faraway Kovir. He and Triss settled down, their home warm and smelling of freshly baked cakes. Guests were always welcome, no matter the day or the hour. The Witcher would take jobs at times more from habit than need, for Triss earned a true fortune as the mage advisor to Kovir's king.
So in this video here, as you can see, we have started back at Tir Daedroth. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us here as we're continuing this season finale. Now, what I just showed you is Ciri became Empress, or she will become Empress. It kind of falls in line with what the Lodge wanted for her all along. They wanted her to be married. They wanted her in the royal setup. Makes it a bit into where they can get in as well. So who would be the court mage? We don't know, but I know Philippa was vying for the position back a few videos ago. Ciri will have to produce an heir, continue the royal bloodline. So that's another thing. Whether the Lodge gets a hold of that child or not, it remains to be seen. Unfortunately, we do not know what happens when Yennefer finds out that Ciri becomes Empress. It's not something that they really went over.
Geralt. So unfortunate. I'd hoped you wouldn't have to witness this.
Where's Ciri?
Nearby. Listen.
Shut up. I've heard enough of your bullshit. Draw your weapon. Let's get this over with. Think I'm gonna fall for that? No chance. You're wrong. Trusted you once. Won't make that mistake again.
I am not your foe. I am merely helping Cirilla.
I don't believe you. Can't. Not after all that's happened.
Will you believe me?
Avallac'h speaks the truth. I asked him to help me open the tower, because I aim to enter it.
Didn't think it while to tell me? Warn me of your plans?
I'm sorry, I know I should have. But I feared you'd not understand.
Feels like I'm talking to Yennefer. Leave with me, please.
I will go. Once I emerge from the tower. If I emerge.
Why the hell would you do this? The Wild Hunt's been defeated.
The White Frost has not. The prophecies are true. I have seen worlds bound in ice. I know what awaits you. Only the Elder Blood can stop the White Frost. Only I can stop it.
You don't have to make this sacrifice.
You're wrong. The White Frost is inevitable. It will come to freeze the worlds one after the other, eradicating all life. Only I can stop the destruction. I've given it much thought and made my decision.
There's gotta be another way.
What can you know about saving the world, silly? You're but a witcher. This is my story, not yours. You must let me finish telling it.
Good luck, Ciri.
Perhaps I should have told you. I see now you might have understood.
Know you better than you think. Don't keep me waiting.
Now, as we're going through this remembrance sequence, Ciri, point out a few things. Geralt helps her out when she's being frustrated with her abilities. He kind of calms her as they trash Avallac'h's hideout. They visit Skjal to make sure that he perceives a proper burial. Did I say perceive? That he receives a proper burial. And this is right before she goes in and talks to Margarita and Philippa. She holds her own, and you decide not to go with her. Now, there is one scene that's missing out of there that was in the very first playthrough, finale as we want to call it. And I'll share that with you later. But just those 4 things right there is to basically allowing Ciri to do what she needs to do. Being there for her, not trying to force anything on her. That is the way of achieving one of the better endings for the series.
The gentleman will follow. Admiral Khan at Morfoot.
Enough. Speak.
Ciri is dead.
How did it happen?
The White Cold. You're familiar with the prophecy? Ciri tried to stop it. She did, but paid the ultimate price.
Where is the body?
I doubt it'll ever be found.
Who else knows?
Avallac'h, Elven Sage. But I doubt you'll find him either.
And Yennefer?
She's decided to stay in the north. Provided you don't object.
I don't. And you?
Someone's waiting for me.
Triss Merigold. Fear not. I do not intend to have her pursued. Did Cirilla say... Did she ask you to convey anything?
We didn't talk about you.
I see.
If there's nothing else...
There is, but you may go. Witcher, I do not wish to see you ever again.
Sometime later, Temeria, the road to Vizima. Time didn't pass by as long as it did in the first finale.
Need help with your wagon?
This one here has been a couple of weeks, whereas it was several months.
True, the barrels are ample,
in the
but we should
finale
pour some
one.
off of each
That's how we'll
soon.
call it. Finale 1 and then finale 2.
Change is coming.
Bam, there we go.
True. No denying it. Nilfgaard flees, yet here it seemed nothing could move them.
Left their wine behind too. That's generous.
Sure you don't need any help?
I believe we will manage.
Where you headed? Nearest inn by the looks of it.
Yeah. Supposed to meet someone first, at the former campsite of the Nilfgaardians. You take care now.
We are now going to the ruined fortress for some reason. Thank goodness we had a fast travel point, so the ride is not that long. As you can see, Nilfgaard is pulled out of here, so shouldn't have any trouble from them.
Probably got held back. You're late.
Soldiers.
Blocking the roads, I know. No matter. You have it?
As agreed. 38.5-inch blade. Weight just under 40 ounces. Silver-plated siderite steel core. Glyphs and runes both the length of the blade and on the hilt.
Beautiful.
Been in this trade for 3 decades. Only the best swordsmen of the calling for my wares. When I say no Witcher has, or ever had, a better weapon, you ought to trust me.
Reputation precedes you, Master Hort. I'd never doubt you.
The inscription, as you asked.
Davin Hern am Gladiel, Mocham Fin Aisen.
The flash that cuts through darkness. The light that breaks the night.
Exactly.
Classic Elder Speech runes, no styling, simple and precise.
May I?
It is yours. If you'd like to test it, had my lackeys put out a training dummy.
Your payment. Gems only, as requested.
If you've an eye out for work, heard of striggers prowling the Maribor forest.
Thanks. Need to visit the tavern first, but after, who knows?
Good luck on the path, Witcher.
We have now arrived at the tavern. Let's see what awaits us. Or perhaps, who awaits us.
Is it done?
Yes.
Ha ha.
Did he believe you?
Ciri.
I have no idea.
For the cockatrice. And we've a new contract. It won't pay much, but I think it worth the toil.
You've been busy. It's yours.
A witch's silver sword.
Like it?
It's beautiful. May I?
Not here. You'll have ample opportunity soon enough, Witcher.
What's this inscription?
An old Witcher's motto. Had a sword like this once myself, but this one's better. Much better.
Let's try it out then.
How did we arrive at this ending, you say? Well, one decision. Following the Battle of Kaer Morhen, Ciri comes to you and wants to go to Bald Mountain. She wants to deal with one of Eridan's lieutenants, or generals, whatever you want to call them. However, there is a part in which, if you decide to choose the dialogue, that Geralt suggests that they go see her father, and that her father wanted to see her. The one, it can be a subtle decision, or it could seem like a major decision at the time, but you wouldn't really think it would affect the outcome. That one decision gives you two completely different endings. So if you take her to see her father, then you get finale 1. If you don't take her to see her father, it is possible to get finale 2. Now, why I say it's possible to get those two finales, because there are still things that you have to do in order to achieve the good ending. One of the things that you achieved when you took her to see her father is that you didn't sell her out. So she always had complete faith and confidence in you. You don't try to stop her at the end. That also instills faith that she can get this done without feeling that she's going to let anyone down. The second ending, that's the ending I choose, and I absolutely love it, and absolutely glad that we got to that ending, because I didn't want to take her to see her father. So, and she had never expressed interest throughout the entire story of wanting to go see her father. But if you take her to go see her father, which is Geralt's suggestion for the first finale, then she starts speaking to her father a little bit, and they create a rapport, something they haven't had really ever. So that's how we did it. Ladies and gentlemen, I am XOLTAR424, and thank you so much once again for all the love and support and for watching. Join us next time as we tackle the Blood and Wine DLC. XOLTAR out.